Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace an outer tie rod on this 2003 Mercury Mountaineer. And we show you on the passenger side, but the driver's side is the same procedure. And the items that you need for this is a new outer tie rod from 1AAuto.com, a 7, 19, and 21 millimeter socket and ratchet, and a piece of pipe for some extra leverage, 2 adjustable wrenches, a pair of pliers, a hammer, a tape measure, jack and jack stands, and a torque wrench. Pry off the hubcap by using a flat blade screwdriver and the small slot on the side. Once you get it started, you can just pull out around the edges.
If you don't have the benefit of air tools, you'll want to start with the vehicle on the ground, loosen the lug nuts, then raise and support the vehicle on jack stands and remove the lug nuts, wheel and tire the rest of the way. There's a small indent on the inner tie rod, so put the tape measure there and then measure out to the center of your grease fitting, which is 9 1/16 on this vehicle.
And then just bend off the legs on your cotter pin on this bolt. And then just pull the cotter pin out with a pair of pliers. And then using a 19 millimeter socket and ratchet, just remove this nut. Now spray this nut with some penetrating oil. And then using 2 adjustable wrenches, just separate it. And once it turns, it's loosened up. And you just want to hammer your wheel knuckle until you see the outer tie rod move. And you can see it moved right there. So now you can pull it up and out of the knuckle. And then just twist off the outer tie rod. Up top is the old outer tie rod, below it is the new one from 1AAuto. You can see they're identical and they'll fit exactly the same.
So for alignment purposes, ideally what you want to do is be able to remove this without turning the inner tie rod. Our bolt or nut didn't come loose. That's not a big deal, but it does mean that we will need to take this and have it aligned because we did turn the inner tie rod a little bit, but we can still put it back together.
We'll fast forward as Mike twists on the new outer tie rod. Now remove the nut. And then line up the outer tie rod with the hole on the wheel knuckle. And you may need to move the wheel knuckle around a bit until it goes down into place. Then once you get it in, replace that nut. And then just tighten it up. And you want to tighten this to about 50 foot-pounds. Once it's fully tightened, make sure the hole lines up with the castle nut, and you may need to turn it a bit more so that it lines up. And then just push your cotter pin through, and then bend the tabs in opposite directions. Then tighten that nut back onto the outer tie rod using your 2 adjustable wrenches. Put in your new grease fitting and tighten it up with a 7 millimeter socket and ratchet.
Now just add a few squirts of grease into the grease fitting.
Replace your wheel, and then replace all the lug nuts and tighten them preliminarily. And then you'd want to lower the vehicle and tighten them the rest of the way. and then torque each of these in a crossing pattern to 100 foot-pounds.
Replace your hubcap, and we do recommend you have your front alignment checked and adjusted if necessary. We hope this video helps you out. Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free, 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.